fourth longest. We know that for sure. Good. You guys are good. Yeah. Plenty of seats in the front row. Come on down. Come on down. Established in 8:50 is the puck drop for game 2, 8:50. It's correct. That's correct. Yes. Yeah, that was the fourth longest national semifinal on record. Of course, the game ended 26 seconds in. You can go to page 64 of the record book and get the list. Fifth total national semifinal game to go to 2 overtimes or more. The last one, of course, in 1996 in Cincinnati as the ice was melting and Colorado College beat Vermont 4-3. Was anybody there? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you weren't born yet, Connor. Huh? No, that was a good goal. Both national semifinals in Detroit in 1985 went to 3 overtimes. Mind you, that was back when the overtimes were 10 minutes and not 20. And then the other one in 1976 in Denver, 2 overtimes. Michigan Tech beat Brown 7-6. So good start. 25th overtime overall. 25th overtime game in the national semifinals. We will, for you, those of you joining us for the first time, and everybody, just a reminder to silence phones because we do fine people $50 if they go off. It goes to charity, so we don't want to have that happen. We'll take your money, though. We do accept Venmo now, so that's a big advancement in the Frozen Four. How many of you are here for the first time? Quite a few of you. Welcome. Glad to have you here. This is Marvin the Martian. He's the media mascot of the Frozen Four. Was born in 1999 in Anaheim, 27th year for Marvin, and you're welcome to say hello, take selfies. I know plenty of you have already. Just kind of a fun thing. We're out to have fun here. For those of you Vikings fans in the audience, you'll have to leave because you have to be a Packers fan to be here. I don't know. There's some young man out there with a Vikings jersey. It's a little disturbing. Not really. I'm just teasing you. We have the microphones on either side, so we'll use the mics, ask you to identify yourself and affiliation each time. We do have a transcription service listening. That helps there. And direct your questions to a particular individual or individuals. We did pretty good on that yesterday, not just saying for the players, or pick one or ask them both. That's just fine. We will take an opening statement from the head coach in both of these press conferences. Then we'll take your questions for the players until we're done. We'll let the players go, and then we'll finish up with the head coach. That's how we'll proceed for every game. The off days, we'll do it a little bit more relaxed, all right? Yeah, the winning team will be here first. Yep, exactly right. Winning teams first in the semifinals, and then in the national championship game, we'll have the losing team first. Because obviously the winners are on the ice cutting down the nets and doing their thing, right? Makes sense. Don't forget tomorrow, too, Friday night at the Frozen Four, the Steel Theater. You're all welcome. The major award presentations, including the Hobie Baker. It's an hour show on NHL Network. Your media credential would get you in. The doors open at 4. The show starts at 5. And, of course, there'll be access to the athletes and whatnot. The Hobie Baker people will help lead that tomorrow. NCHC team will be in the national championship game for the 8th time in the last 9 years. And of course, as I'm sure you all know, all 4 games that these 2 teams played during the year, all 1-goal games, and the third to overtime. And here come. Yeah, come on up, guys. Congrats. All right, we will begin with some opening comments from Coach Ferschweiler on the game, and then, as mentioned, we'll take your questions for the players. First.
Well, I thought that game was as advertised, a heavyweight battle. Obviously, Denver has a championship pedigree, and they weren't going to, go down easy. So they pushed back in the third, but I thought our team responded with belief and execution in that overtime, and I thought we deserved it the win in the overtime.
Okay, awesome. Questions for the players in front here? No, we need the mic, please, and identify yourself and affiliation. Thank you.
Steve Overby, St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Just talk us through that play and the emotions.
Yeah, kind of blacked out a little bit. It was kind of a little bit of a broken play, and just kind of saw the puck squirt out to me, and was in the middle of the ice and had some open time and space, and just figured I'd put it on net, and pretty happy it went in.
What goes through your mind? You look like you froze for a second.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I did. Not too much. Just happy, excited.
Okay, further questions for the players right here in front?
Connor, you're good Detroit News. Oh, and safe to say that's the biggest goal you've scored in your career?
Absolutely.
Have you ever scored an overtime goal in your career going back?
I think maybe back in youth hockey, but this one definitely tops that.
Double overtime?
No.
Good question.
All right. Further questions for the players? Yes.
Luke Horek, Hockey News and NHL.com here in St. Louis. For you, Hampton, as you're watching that game unfold and the commitment to defending by your teammates tonight, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were unreal defensively all night. I mean, I don't know how many shots they had after the second, but it didn't feel like too many. And, sometimes it's tough to stay in there. But, yeah, just trying to stay mentally dialed and, be ready for when the shots come.
Okay, right here, Adam.
Adam Woden, College Hockey News. Owen, last year you had 2 goals as a freshman. This year I think that makes 18. What do you attribute that difference to? Is it something the coaches work with you on, like a tip, anything, or just what in your development do you attribute that to?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely went into the summer trying to take that next step, and had a big summer in the gym and on the ice, and then it helps playing for the best coaching staff in college hockey. So just love showing up to the rink every day and putting in the work.
Anything specific that they taught you or told you to work on?
Just play Bronco hockey. You know, put it on net and play north, play fast.
All right, Connor.
Hampton, you weren't called to make too many saves in the first
Could
two
you
periods.
identify yourself again?
Again? Okay.
Yeah.
Connor Yerger, Detroit News. Hampton, you weren't called to make a whole lot of saves in the first two periods, but you came up with some pretty big ones in the third and overtime. How'd you stay ready for that?
Yeah, I think kind of like I just said, just kind of staying present. You know, not worrying about you know, the next 5 minutes, just kind of staying in the moment and just kind of telling myself, you know, be ready for the next shot, take it one shot at a time, and yeah, that's kind of, you know, how I handle those situations.
Steve?
This is for Owen again,
Did you-
Steve
yeah,
Overby,
thank you.
Post-Dispatch. Talk about the domination you had over the first two periods. Was it hard to kind of regroup after going into that overtime? Because you controlled most of the match.
No, we just knew we had to keep our foot on the gas. We were expecting a push from them in the third, and you know, I mean, they're a hell of a team, right? So you know, we expected it and we were ready for it. And going into overtime, we were just talking about the belief. You know, we're not going to lack that. We haven't all year, and you know, that's not going to change.
No magic words from coach between first and second OT?
Never.
This is our game. This is our game. So we're going to go out and win. Take it.
Magic words. No magic words, huh, first?
Magic players, no magic words.
Yeah, that works. Further questions for the players? Okay, back here.
Hey guys, Lainey Gerber with Wood TV in Grand Rapids. Owen, you guys have had a lot of double OT games recently. Has that kind of conditioned you just to be able to play this long?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just goes back to the work we put in every week in the gym, on the ice, and you know, we have the confidence in ourselves, belief in ourselves that we're prepared for these games, whether it's, you know, 3 periods, 4 periods, or 5 in some cases these past couple weeks. But yeah, no, we're ready for it.
All right, what else do we have for the players? Good, well, I'm sure, okay, go ahead, right ahead, yeah.
Oh, and Sean Keeler with the Denver Post. What's it like to go against Matty Davis when he's doing some of the stuff he does, and you're going to be glad to wish him goodbye at some point?
Yeah, no, he's a heck of a goaltender. It's not too fun playing against him. You know, his resume speaks for itself. He's a winner, and he keeps it nice and stable back there for their team. So he's not much fun playing against.
All right, how are we doing? Any further questions for the players? Okay, one more, okay. Oh, you're good, okay. All right, guys, I'm sure you want to go rest, so.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I take this?
Yeah,
No, we need it for tomorrow
yeah, they do. We'll
and
get
the
it.
next day. You may be coming back, Owen.
I hope you're coming back.
All right, questions for Coach Firstweiler. Adam here in the front.
Adam Oden, College Hockey News. Coach, maybe you have something more than Owen to share with me. You know, a lot of your forwards obviously develop ever since you've been here a similar way.
Yep.
Is it a natural progression, or is there some specific with Owen that you needed to work with him on?
Well, what we see often is Owen's play was better than his point totals last year. So we saw offense in him. He did have a huge summer in the gym, so he's stronger. And that gym just allows your skills to show, right? And we talked about that. But also getting him to really believe in himself as an offensive player. Push him forward. Play with Alex Bump. These are good things, right? But a lot of the credit goes into the work he put in the summer. But again, it wasn't as big a jump as it looks like on paper. He had very good quality of play last year. The points didn't follow, but the quality of play was there.
Okay. Over here, Connor.
Connor Yerger, Detroit News. Pat, I'm curious, when your team kind of blows a 2-goal lead, it's going to overtime, you face a team like Denver that's used to being here. I guess, how do you keep your team, you know, focused and energized going into that second overtime?
Well, it's a focus group, and again, they never lose belief in themselves. They came in unhappy with the third period, but I think our biggest mistake was not scoring on all our chances in the second. You know, I think it could have been 4 or 5 with the breakaways and the other chances we had in the second. And again, credit to Matt Davis for holding them in there when we were really pushing in the second period. But you know, you said Denver has championship pedigree. They're going to push. They're going to make it hard on you. They're going to come forward, and they have elite players who made some elite plays. But we knew over the entirety of the game, I thought we were the better squad. And so that in that regard, we just believed in ourselves and kept doing what we do, and that's play Bronco hockey.
The front here, John.
Hey, Pat. John Worrell with the Associated Press. Congrats. What do you make of now advancing to your first not only being in your first Frozen Four, but now advancing to your first title game, and what this outcome does for your team and program.
Well, it does a lot. Obviously, anytime you're doing program first, I think that's a pretty special thing. Getting here, program first. Winning this game, program first. Winning the Penrose Cup, program first. We've done a lot of things that are programs first. But again, I think this is a special group and a special group of young men. And for the most part, I think we have the best leader in college hockey, and that's Tim Washy. And he's just dragged this team forward with his will, also his skill, his inclusiveness in the locker room. And I think that's been our secret sauce all year.
Okay.
Luke Horek, Hockey News and NHL.com. Coach, I just wanted to ask you about a guy like Alex Bump and how much of a well-rounded player he is because of his attention to detail defensively. It seemed like your forwards really defended hard tonight, and he seemed to be one that really was involved there.
Boy, great catch, and everybody looks for Alex with the puck, but we saw the same thing, and his growth without the puck over the last 2 years has been his biggest growth, and he's always had deception, playmaking ability, ability to really make people miss. But what he's added in the last 2 years, I think, which has made him an absolute elite player, is his compete. And it's every single day. In fact, he'll only go against Tim Washy for lots of, when it's one-on-one drills in practice. He picks out, our biggest, strongest, hardest guy to go against. And that's part of his maturation process and what's going to make him a National Hockey Leaguer.
Okay, Adam.
Adam Woden, College Hockey News. Coach, I know you're going to say you're always aggressive, but seemed to be a little more today. I don't know, was there something with Denver playing 5D? Did you feel there was something you could exploit there, or is that just kind of par for the course for you guys?
Well, I would think that is par for the course. I don't want to give you a boring answer, but I told our guys to stay on the gas and attack. And, that's why we were tied with Denver coming in as the leading goal scoring teams in the country. Both teams are trying to attack. Both teams are trying to score. We did know they were down a defenseman. That's an obvious thing. And so make them work. Put as much pressure on them as possible. I thought what we did, especially in the first two periods and the overtime, was play the game with our feet. We're a really good skating team, and we can put pressure on people with our feet by carrying the puck. When we lose it forward, we put a lot of pressure on their D to make clean breakouts, and I thought we had great sticks doing that as well.
You probably had to have something to eat between one of those overtimes, didn't you?
Well, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I wish I did. Now you're talking about it, I'm kind of hungry, so we'll get something after.
A little pizza.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Pierogies. Maybe Hertz will cook up some.
I mean,
yeah.
He's got to coach and cook. It's part of his job, I guess.
All right, right here in the front.
Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Coach, just obviously eerily similar finishes the last two times you've played these guys. They flipped the script from the previous game, them making the comeback this time. Just how big is a goal like that, scoring quickly in an overtime period when you're just kind of getting back and used to being back on the ice after sitting for a little bit?
Yeah, it's super similar as far as ending very quickly in that second overtime. And again, some of it is just over time. Keep doing it right. Keep doing it right. Keep doing it right. And we got a little break on that goal. It wasn't a clean pass. It tips off the stick right onto Owen. But we talked about being ready to win the game when the chance comes. And we talked about that in between periods. And so when it gets on your stick, be ready to win the game for us. And I think Owen Michaels did a great job of that for sure.
Okay, everything good? All right, Coach, congratulations. Enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Verge. All right. We will begin with some opening thoughts from Coach Carl. David?
Thanks, Fish. Congratulations, obviously, to Western. Played a great game, have had an excellent season, and we wish them all the best in representing our league in the national championship game. For us, obviously, stings. You know, no matter the success that you've had, losing is never easy, and just really appreciate the effort our guys put in this year. It's not easy being the defending champions, and the effort you get from everybody, and certainly we had our bumps in the road, but we always found a way to kind of spin it, use it, grow, get better. Certainly proud of our seniors who came in either our COVID year or the year after when we missed the NCAA tournament, had a losing record, and followed it up with arguably, you know, one of the best four-year windows in Denver hockey history. So, so proud of their efforts, their contributions. Carter King, Connor Capone, Jack Devine, Matt Davis, and the guys who were in their class who had departed early throughout their time. But they end with 2 championships, 3 Frozen Fours, and most wins in Denver hockey history. Thanks.
All right. I'll take your questions for the players. Start in the back. Back there, Chris.
Chris Peters, Full Hockey. Jack, you were the last guy off the ice there. Just, you know, and Coach Carl just talked about the reflecting on the 4 years and everything. What are your thoughts on your college career and what you guys were able to accomplish here?
I'm just so thankful for this place. Denver University has done wonders for both me as a player and a person, and I'm just proud of this group of guys. You know, we had a target on our back all year, and even to the end there, we never backed down, and came out of this season with 23 brothers for life. So could not thank the University of Denver enough, and Coach Carl for all that he's done for both me as a player and a person.
All right, John, over here.
I guess for Aiden, John Worrell with the Associated Press. As much as this team had, as your coach talked about, having the pressure of facing being the defending national champions, what do you make of the response the team had in the third period with the game on the line?
Proud of the group. Worked so hard all year. Came up short. Just proud of the guys. Sucks. That's all I got.
Okay, further questions to the players right here in front on the right.
Christian Moreno with the DU Clarion, when you think of this year's group and what you guys have done throughout your careers here at Denver, but the team this year, what comes to mind about this year's team specifically?
I just think faced a lot of adversity throughout the year. Just proud of the way we were able to fight back, and I don't know. Kind of hard to speak right now. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for the players? Good? Okay. Guys, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great year. All right, any further questions for Coach Carl? Good? Okay, in the back.
Adrian Dater, Sunday Daily Times. Coach, the first 2 periods just didn't seem like you had your game. What do you attribute that to, do you think? Or is it something Michigan did that you didn't expect?
They're a great hockey team. So there's 2 teams on the ice trying to battle it out, and I think we felt like if we could get our feet moving a little bit more, get the puck moving, get them into some more precarious situations, we'd be able to have some success. I give them a lot of credit, obviously, with how they played. Not only in the first 2 periods, but the whole game. They're a hard team to generate on. We kind of said it coming in. Two top scoring teams. It felt like it'd be a 3-2 game, and whoever made the last play was going to win, and that's kind of how it played out. So, again, I think the guys referenced it. I mean, tonight was, again, did we play our best the first 2 periods? No, but we never backed down. We fought back and put ourselves in a position to still win the hockey game, and that's all you can ask for. And a little bit of indicative of our season where we had some bumps in the road, but we never went away, and the guys never folded in the tent and quit on each other or the program, and they continued to fight.
Front here, Adam.
Adam Woden, College Hockey News. Coach, as much as you don't want to make excuses and you want to toughen it up, I mean, it's realistic to say that the 5D situation kind of wore on you, or is that fair to say? I mean, I noticed guys like Garrett Brown were playing more today than maybe last weekend, it seemed. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Zeev and Eric were playing together more. I don't know if that was just circumstance, being behind, but just talk about, the way Western is so aggressive as it is. I mean,
Yeah.
Were they able to exploit that?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, they exploited it better than maybe Providence or BC did. But, we had plenty of time to rest and, recover and do all that. So I think it's more a credit probably to how well they played. And we were just challenged, certainly in those first 2 periods, to win a lot of puck battles, extend a lot of possession. They were winning more races and more puck battles than we were. And, when you're defending that much for 2 periods, it gets really challenging. So, again, proud of, how we responded in the third. Thought we simplified some things a bit, find a way to tie the game. And, certainly we, at that stage, it's anybody's game. And we had a couple of our own looks. Been in these games where we found the right side of it. I mean, I think back to the Michigan game in Boston. Hughes had a 2-on-1 and the puck rolled on him, and we come down and we make the play. So this tournament's so damn hard to win, and I think that's always evident. In any game, in any round, the event, every game is so challenging to win.
Okay, in the back, Adrian. Okay, go ahead.
Jim Stevens, the Hockey News. David, could you speak a little bit about how Matt Davis, after last year's spectacular run in the tournament, and he follows it up with another spectacular run?
Yeah, I mean, he was ready to go tonight. Through the first 2 periods, we can all speculate what the score could have been without him in the net after 2, and he was at the top of his game and kept it at 2, kept our team within range, and huge part of why we got to overtime. So proud of everything he's been through throughout his time. We've talked about it a lot. Being the backup for 2 years, plays his first 5 games as a junior, gets injured out the whole first half really, and then finds his game at the end of last year at the right time, finds a way to peak, and does the same thing this year. But got to play the whole year, pretty consistent throughout the year. Hopefully gets an opportunity with a club at the next level.
Okay, Adrian, and then Chris.
Adrian Dater, Center Daily Times. David, at the risk of being scorned at for this question, we don't always get a chance to see you and talk to you all the time. You're the hottest name in college hockey and hottest name in young hockey coaches, it's fair to say. There's people tweeting or veteran reporters saying, let the David Carl sweepstakes begin. I know you're going to take time. You don't know what's going to happen yet. But what is your latest statement on what probably will be even more suitors for your services moving forward, just being real about it?
I think I've always been real about it, and my answer really hasn't changed. So without dissecting and giving you the honest answer you deserve, because that takes time, I would just reference you to previous interviews that I've shared the information, because nothing has changed.
Chris in the back there.
Chris Peters, Full Hockey. David, just wondering if you could reflect a bit on Zeev Buium, another game where he was obviously targeted. A guy that has been played physically in pretty much every game. Obviously, Hobie Baker finalist season. Just your thoughts on him and what he's done for your program.
Yeah, I mean, Zeev and his brother both, contributed a lot to Denver hockey. Obviously, they're part of these championships that we've won over the last couple of years. And, Zeev's a hell of a hockey player. Didn't come in, as a projected first-round pick, but really got an opportunity, showed us stuff, showed who he can really be, and flourished at our program. And so happy for him, proud of him with everything he was able to accomplish. Certainly thought like tonight, they did a good job on him. I thought the refs missed 2 trips on him where they took his feet out, but that's just me. And one led to a 2-on-1 in the overtime, but that's hockey, and I get it. It's overtime, and they missed a call on us too at the end of the third period, a hold. So it goes both ways, but Zeev's a hell of a hockey player, really bright future in front of him, obviously. And the most important part about Zeev is just the competitor he is, the person that he is. Always believes in himself, that he can make a play, impact a game. And certainly, although he didn't impact as much as he would have liked to tonight, I thought he had some moments, where he got open and had some looks and was doing his thing.
Okay, great. Coach Carl, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. 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 It'll be all right. Yeah, it'll be fine. I think it booted right to where you saved it, probably.